Here we go again from scratch. Light section. So yeah, I've been sketching different designs, different lines, and came up with a few things. I've been looking at modern lights and whatnot, LEDs. So I kind of like this right here. Kind of squared off. Then I had this design. So it has to be staggered. Yeah, so I've been sketching a lot, and I'm kind of tired of doing that, so we'll just put it to practice, see what it looks like. I've been winging everything, so anyways, you just wing it, follow the curves, and it should be good. First things first, I need a base. Just a little plate. Fits perfectly. Did it with cardboard, reinforced it with aluminum so I can get that shape. And then we'll resin it. We'll cut the middle here. Then I'll work on the casing, the top part, and that's all gonna slide underneath this thing here. So I'll continue this, and I'll be back when I get any ideas how I'm gonna continue this. All right, I figured out something up there. We'll see if it works. Did an impression like this with the cardboard, get the right angles and everything. Then I put that on balsa wood, cut it off with an X-Acto to have straight lines. I did two pieces, one on each side. So I'm basically trying to build some wall so I can build off of it. Next step would be working on the bottom here to make my top part. And then we'll start protruding this out on an angle so I have my lights. All right, so that's next. I'll pull this out. So right now I've closed off my tip or my point. So I got this nice V shape. Everything looks nice and straight. All right, at least we're getting somewhere. It looks straight. Yep, okay, we'll keep on going. All right, I got a little bit of resin on there. I put my size where my LEDs are supposed to be, kind of like protruding, shape, angles. Now it's time for a little bit of crapola primer. I got my primer on. I think there's a little bit of trimming to do left on this. A little bit of trimming to do on the sides. All right, let's start sculpting. Nothing to it but to do it. It's crush time. Okay, so I'm done the sculpting. There's a few things to do left, like definition. I need to bring up my lines. The lines for where the LED strip is going to go. Figure out how I'm going to do my lenses, but there's a lot of this that will have to be done on the final part. There's still quite a bit to do. So just pull this out like that. Another thing I need to do is fitment, so I'll have to work around here so it's able to support the light system, and here also. Make sure that my sides are equal and nice, and the bottom also here, which I already started. I'll have to fill that up with clay and make it nice. I was waiting to do this last. Make sure that the light fits nice in there. I'll continue with that, and I'll be back in a bit. Yeah, sanding. It's never ending. Alright, so I'm almost done. I've reworked the inside so it looks nicer. I'll have to sand it down a bit more. Did a little locking mechanism in the back where a magnet is going to be. Rework my edges so they're nice and straight. A lot better than before, that's for sure. And I'm getting little nicks here and there on the body. I'll have to be all repainted anyways. And this is almost complete also. Alright, so I think I'm pretty much done all the sanding I need to do. Probably this side I need to let it cure a bit. But then I will have to prime everything to see if everything is nice and equal. Because I can sand and sand and sand, but I don't know what it looks like. There's too many colors, too much stuff going on in here, so I have to unify it with primer to see what it really looks like. I'll keep on sanding that, and then I'll go to the primer stage. Try to finish this thing. Primer's all on. Ready to smooth out. Smoothing it out with a 400 grit. Down to 800, 1000. We'll put the color on. And then I'll put a high gloss clear coat 2K, 2-part. This is satin, which is nice also, but for the mold I need something that's less sticky than that. Has to be high gloss, and put all sorts of wax on there so the mold doesn't stick to the plug. And the light's looking pretty good too. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Okay, we'll let that dry, we'll send it, and I'll come back with some color. And the black I'll be using is Universal Black. Canadian Tire, duplicate color perfect match. Beautiful black. This one just needs a little bit here. That's it. The rest can be clear coat. Okay, for this one, a little bit more complicated, so I'll go really, really light coats. That should be good enough for now. We'll let it flash and put a second coat. Alright, the seat part. I don't know you got to get that, but you know, overspray. Always light coats. We'll come back and finish it off. Extremely, extremely light coats on this. You don't want to overfill your gaps. We're going to start with the gaps and then go with the surfaces. Trying to get the gaps as much as I can without putting too much on the surface. Light coats. Now I want to try to get my surface. We'll let it flash a little bit. Surface, that's it. And that's it. That should be good. Second coat, a little bit more liberate. That should be good. Now we'll put a final third coat, and that will be it. Right, I got all my coats on, all three of them. It's nice and smooth. And it's flashed, not cured. Before you put your clear coat on, you gotta make sure that your cutter has gassed off. You have to make sure it's nice and dry. I did an experiment on one project I was doing. I was working on this project, and you can see all the little pits. Well, that was the cutter gassing off. So you have to make sure this is fully cured before you can do anything with it. All right, clear coat time. Take this knob, put it in the bottom, crack the vial or the hardener inside. We'll go warm this up first, and then I'll be in the garage. We'll do the clear coat. Clear coat. Coat number 1. So try to do one pass and a good one too. In the middle. gotta make sure to take the dust off. Final coat. All right, I got all my coats on. Well, one last coat to go. Oh, all right. One last coat to go. Gotta wear those respirators. So one more coat and it'll be complete. We'll let it dry. And then we'll put it back together. And one last thing I want to test on the light. I just received it not too long ago. And it's these LED strips from Endura. And it'll wrap around the seams of around here. That's what's going to be my LED strips. We'll go test those, see if they work. And once it's all dry, we'll put it up together. All right, got something going on there. Put this aside. The battery. Got my LED strips, which they're long enough to go around once. I mean, on one side. And then I got my little connector. All right, these little LED strips, you can get those on eBay. Not eBay, but Amazon. Just check them out and you should be able to get them. So I made myself a little connector. See how powerful they are. Battery. Oh, those are nice. Blue. You can see the back side kind of glows green. That's because that's the side that has to be taped down. Very nice. All right, we'll let that dry and we'll test that out. Can't wait for it to be complete. It's getting, I'm getting at the edge there, at the end of my stamina on this thing. I'd like to work on another frame though. Can't wait for that. All right, we'll see you in a bit. Yep, I even bought the red ones. They're nice also. This is going to be for the rear taillight, daylights. And another thing about these light strip is you can cut them off whatever length you want. I say that my clear coat went pretty good. It's nice and shiny. It looks good. It's ready for casting or molding. I should say molding. And the lights. Oh, yeah, that looks good. I'll take that out. Yeah, it was a lot of work. It took dedication and I had to push through, but getting really close to the end. And this light is nice. The thing about this light I want to do is that angle here, that's going to be cut off. There's going to be one LED light in there and it's going to be a lens. And the lens is going to attach to the sides here. So that's going to be 3 lights. And if you look at it like this, it's going to be 1 light there, 1 light at the other end, and 1 in the middle. And then we'll figure out how to do a clear lens around it. All right, so now I want to attach the LED light on there. I'll turn off the lights and see what it looks like. Jimmy rigged something. It should work, just for temporary. I want to see what it looks like. I'll finish this off with black tape to keep the glow contained. I'll put that in there. I'll turn it on, and I'll do some close-up shots. Okay, electrical tape on. That should contain quite a bit of the light. I'll put it there. That looks not too bad, eh? That's Jimmy rig there. The top is on. There we go. That's what it's supposed to look like. And I'll have my lights here, my middle light with the lens. Okay, so that will be it for the headlight assembly. It took a while to get there. We're almost there. It's just the handlebar covers to do left. And the handlebars, that will be a little bit later. Now we'll have to gather some materials, get some knowledge on the molds, and I'll have to mold all these parts. And another thing I want to do is the skis. Make one good ski and make copies out of it so they're always symmetrical and nice. And I want to thank everybody that's been following this project. You guys are troopers. Alright, before I close off the video, I just want to say thanks for watching, thanks for supporting. The ones who are subscribing, thanks for sticking around. Subscribe if you want to. You don't have to. This is just a little fun thing I'm doing on the side. Take care, keep on riding, we'll see you on the next one. And I'll close off the video with the lights on.